back with our special guest, Shannon Craig, a holistic health and fitness coach and founder of Humbled Healthy Lifestyle. And Shannon, you brought your husband along today, Tim Craig, and y'all been married for 19 years. And Tim's an investment banker, and y'all are going to be telling us about surviving this CoronaCation as a couple, right?
Yes, to all of the above.
Yeah, did I get all the facts right?
Yes, I'm laughing because Tim's laughing. He's like, wait, is that Tess?
It's me.
Stage voice.
I know, right? It's true.
Hey, guys, thanks for being on the show today.
Yeah.
Yes, we're excited to be here. Y'all don't have to work with us. We've got a special circumstance going on here.
No, y'all are totally cool. Hey, that's real life, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so you guys set the stage for us. So how many people are in the house?
4. Both of us, our 16-year-old and our 12-year-old.
4 human beings under one roof.
Yes, and one of them is very large. And
you're speaking of Tim. Let's be clear. You're speaking of Tim.
Yeah. So Tim's a big person, a gentle giant, and then our children are pretty much my size. So we're 3 grown-ups in close quarters. It's been interesting. Yeah.
So what are y'all's normal routines?
So on a normal day, we would wake up and the kiddos would hit the door around, I don't even know, a little
7:40.
Yeah.
7:45.
I would do the same and head out for my day to train and do some of my other health coaching stuff. And Tim will have been to the gym to work out at like 4:45-ish and home, showered, and out the door back to work. So mornings are pretty busy for us, so that's been like a huge change around here.
Yeah, because what's the old Rona routine now?
Well, we're still doing our training outside. We go in small groups and train outdoors, and then I'm back here, and the girls are getting up and they have to check in at school, and so when I get back, everybody's up. We're close to being up, and so the routine's kind of just adapted, and it's about the same as far as timelines. I don't have to drive. I'm set up to where I can work from home now, so I get to work a lot earlier now than I used to.
You just walk across the hall, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Right across from the coffee pot.
Nice.
The best place to be.
Now, so both of you, now, Tim, you played college football, and fitness is both a major part of y'all's lives and your kids' lives too, correct?
Yeah, believe it or not, our kids have kind of bought in. We've got Riley started back. She's playing lacrosse now. Well, she's all excited and geeked up about it. And even though they're not practicing, they're still doing just like online workout routines. We saw her yesterday. She was out back, out there doing her own little workout by herself, getting after it.
That's awesome.
She's taking 5 and 7 mile walks with our dogs. So she's bought in. I do it just to keep my sanity.
Understand. It makes a big difference. I can tell, this last week I haven't gone to the gym, obviously, and I can tell a massive difference. Both I'm beginning to put on those love handles again that I hate to see, but you feel differently big time and not going out and kind of when you're used to exercising every day or you're used to exercising multiple times a week, you've got that extra energy. And I know without exercising right now, as silly as it sounds, I don't have that energy that I have when I do work out.
Oh yeah, 100%. And not to mention the stress relief that you get from it,
Yeah,
absolutely. So you guys are still staying active from that aspect.
Yeah, we are. And it's funny to hear him from his, angle talking about how really everything's changed, but nothing's changed because he's been able to sit up his office and has, he has a purpose with his business, and it's still business as usual for him, just in a different location. The girls, you know, are back in school. And as I'm sitting there listening to him, like, I think my schedule has been like the largest one to be disrupted. So having everyone here and then not having like that daily purpose, it's interesting to see how that is so different. From
I was
my
going to ask, how is your day changed?
Dramatically. It's changed, I would say, probably the most out of the four of us, just as far as being able to carry on just in a different setting. Because, you know, I do a lot of one-on-one training, one-on-one health coaching. And, of course, I can still try to do the health coaching online through Zoom and things like that. But the training and just that physical touch and all of that has changed. Like, I just can't. I miss my clients, and I miss having that outlet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you said that the kids are back in school. Define that. What is back in school today during your Rona routine?
Yeah. So they basically have to get up and check into their classes by, I believe, 8:15, 8:30-ish.
Yeah, so they're on a block schedule, so they'll have, it's kind of like college classes. They'll have 4 or 5 classes a day. So each day they either have to Zoom call in to each block. So it might be 8:15, then 9:30, then 11, you know, and so on. So they're in contact with their teachers at some point, and then they'll have a lesson, and then they start their homework.
So how does that work out with 2 children in the house? I can see this as one child in the house. You're set up in front of a laptop and they're Zooming in, but you've got two children, both have classes, different teachers, different times. You have to have a laptop for both of them to do this?
Yeah. So fortunately, Reese, our youngest, they started a new program at her school where everyone was assigned a laptop, and it's theirs for the entire year. They take it home, they keep it with them. So she was provided a laptop through the school. Our oldest had her own already. So they each have a desk in their room, and literally they're like, this has, I think, been so good for them as far as creating a schedule on a different term. Like, I think our summers may be a little bit different in their mind moving forward, as far as being at home doesn't mean you just sleep till noon and do nothing. Like, I think, are learning that you can get up and be productive. So they don't really bother us, to be honest with you. It's kind of, they just do their own thing in the mornings. They get up and they're just responsible, and they're older. Tim and I were talking the other day about our friends that have these little ones, you know, they're just need so much attention. I could see where that would be extremely taxing on the parents and that marriage and relationship, just trying to maintain normalcy while you're entertaining little ones all day long.
Yeah, Tim, doing what you're doing, sitting at your desk at the kitchen table across from the coffee pot, it would be a lot more challenging if you had a 4-year-old running around.
Oh, man, yeah, it would. It'd be complete chaos trying to entertain them and do this, stay on top of what we've got. So with us, it's kind of like we got 4 different offices. It's, you know, the girls stay in their room and do their work. I'm in here doing mine, and Shannon, you know, she's in another doing hers. They're, you know, going back and forth. So when there's downtime, we get to see each other. But for the most part, I mean, it's like we don't ever get to hang out till 3:30 or 4 in the afternoon.
So y'all are working half days then.
Yes, it is interesting. I mean, Tim, right now I'm sitting at Tim's desk, which is our dining room table, and he's got 3 screens up with things that look like complete foreign, like another language to me. 2 keyboards, some speaker that they call a squawk, 2 different mouses to go to the 2 different screens, scribble scrabble everywhere. It's like, this is now our dining room table. So it's an interesting concept to
so much for dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm doing right now to keep my sanity, is cooking. So anyway.
Well, when you look at the screens right now, are they all red, or is there some green on some of those screens?
You know, what do you say, Tim?
Oh, I don't even have the market up.
Gotcha.
Oh, well, any tips on surviving this as a couple?
Oh gosh, Tim, I'm gonna let you take the lead on that one, and I'll intervene.
She's gonna fix what you get wrong, Tim.
No, I think that honestly, you know, Tim and I decided several years ago into this marriage that you're either growing together or you're growing apart. And I'm a firm believer in that. And I think Tim's on board with that as well. So, you know, yes, we've been married for almost 20 years, but that wasn't always really easy. Anything worth having really isn't. So I think we've learned to coexist, and communication would be my biggest takeaway from being in close quarters with someone. You know, you sign up for better or worse, but not for lunch. I read that the other day, and I was like, yeah, I kind of get that. Like, why are you here all the time? But just staying in communication about every single thing that you can. And there's so much negativity on the news and everywhere else right now. I think we're just trying to be upbeat and positive when we do cross each other in the hallway.
Yeah.
What did you take?
Well, I was talking to somebody yesterday about just how similar he and I are and how similar our spouses are. And one of the biggest things is, like, you know, as a guy, sometimes you can get into a zone to where, you know, I'm doing all the right things. I'm here, I'm present, I'm helping with the dishes, I'm helping cook, I'm helping do all that, but you're not actually giving your spouse attention. So just little things like going for a walk with them for, you know, 15 or 20 minutes just to give them some attention, or crawl up in bed and just watch a movie together. Just something simple like that. It, you know, for a guy that thinks like me, that doesn't really, you know, appeal to me per se, but I know that's something that Shannon needs and wants. And so to make a conscious effort about it really goes a long way with her.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's one of those golden nuggets that you guys have been together for 19 years. And that's something that, because you both want the relationship to work, those are things that you've matured into and you understand. And that's why you've made it 19 years and 2 children and all of those types of things where a lot of other people don't. So, I mean, that really, I mean, whether we're right now in our CoronaCation routines or Rona routines, as Shannon calls it, or it's everyday life. And, you know, we're at the office for 10, 12 hours a day and running 100 miles an hour from the office. We're running to kids' activities and going to the school functions and all of those types of things. It's still that same thing, even at that point in time, is hey, you know what? I have to have some extra time for my loved one, my spouse, my support, and make sure that they know that they're important.
Yeah, 100%.
Taking that little extra time.
I do believe that there's something to be said about people's love language and understanding it and knowing it. And even if it's not yours, making that conscious effort to check into that and see if you kind of, you know, catered to that need for your spouse and even for your kids, because it can be a taxing time to be a parent right now as well. Because, you know, you got to think about these kids, they're not with their friends and maybe their love languages aren't being met. So just being conscious, like really being aware. And that Tim's gotten so good at that. I mean, honestly, like you said, Jason, maturing into a marriage or into any relationship helps, but, you know, getting older doesn't mean that you mature. So it's making that effort.
It's that growing together thing that you mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Well, that and the 4 separate offices, you know?
Yeah.